Those concerned for YouTuber Floyd Wallace's mental health and well-being may have been presented with more to worry about on Friday, as the YouTuber returned to live streaming by lashing out at women he perceives as disrespecting him. The YouTuber announced that while he was still in Colombia, he has changed tactics in his attempts to hook up with women. Nearing 30 and previously facing accusations of attempting to hook up with underage women, he says that he is now attempting to hook up with women in their 40s, as they seem to be more eager to accept his advances. Wallace introduced a new scheme in order to get around YouTube's apparent censorship of sexual terms. When describing paying for adult interaction, he indicated that he would call the act a meal. He told his fans that he averages about $20 for a meal, but would go as high as $50 if he was desperate. He also started to get angry and lashed out at women who would give him their number, leave his messages unread, then ultimately block him after he inquired why they were not answering his texts. Wallace said that women were stupid to do that if he knew where they worked or if he had to see them on a regular basis. While he did not directly threaten the women, his anger and attitude were enough to cause some concern from his audience. Also concerning was his description of an incident from earlier in the day, where a woman wouldn't acknowledge him at a bus stop. Wallace said that he said hello to the woman and worked up the courage to do so when she walked by him and didn't even stop to look at him. He claimed he yelled that she was a dumb and that she could f off, as he doesn't have a problem with rejection, but he won't tolerate disrespect in the process. Wallace later admitted that dark thoughts would come out when he faces rejection from women. Going on, he shared a story about a woman he had been hooking up with in Colombia who had been a police officer, but changed professions, and in her new profession wanted nothing to do with him. When he warned that she could never go back to him should she really cut him off, he became angry when she told him goodbye and stopped talking to him. Wallace shared his anger about how he was to work twice as hard as a white American male to pick up women in Colombia. He shared his concerns that he had to prove that he was American before some women would even talk to him, then laughed at white American men who became too trusting and ultimately are drugged and robbed by their dates. The YouTuber, now low on funds, indicated that he no longer has a hotel and a separate Airbnb rental to take his dates. He now insists on taking his dates to a pay-by-the-hour hotel, where security clears the rooms after the time is up. In the rare cases he brings a woman back to his actual accommodations, he forces them to leave before going to sleep. Shifting gears, Wallace admitted that his YouTube and other earnings were now below $1,500 a month. He said he was still attempting to revive his channels, but admitted that from time to time he recycles content on his main channel, with the new audio commentary to keep the footage fresh. Wallace shared his personal Instagram page with his fans, where he calls himself Terry White. This apparently served as his front-facing social media page that he shares with his dates. It was updated this week with his most recent conquest, indicating that after he returned to the United States in September, he'd have to save up, and then his next trip would be to Kenya. He again said that he may open another travel GoFundMe, and said he was focusing on getting his major donors back to fund his travels. No mention was made of his possible child, who was born earlier in the month, other than he again confirmed that his condom broke while he was with the mother and that the child was probably his. This is an ongoing news story.